barbers, cosmetologists, hair industry professionals, and all others who support. Welcome to the hottest podcast in the barber beauty industry, the Clipped Podcast. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm your host, Prince the Fit Barber. I'm here with my boy Tank Be Choppin, my man Dee Blends, and this week's guest is a very special guest. It's my boy Jimmy Fades. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing today, fam?
Bless, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Yo, you here on the clip. We got you. Before we get to Tank's Take, can you give the people a little bit of something about yourself? What's your IG? What do you do? What's your Instagram about? What's your social media account about? And what are you about?
I'm Jimmy Fades, as you said, bro. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I've been cutting hair since 2020. That's when I started barber school. I never really cut hair before then. Fell in love with it. I was in regular college before then, playing football. Um, College wasn't for me, bro. So I just took the barber out, fell in love with it, never looked back, and had an accident, bro. In 2022, paralyzed me, and I didn't let it stop me. Parents built me a standing frame, and now I just I'm trying to uplift the barber community and show that nothing can stop you, bro. If you really love something, bro, and you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything you want in life. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Absolutely.
trying to uplift the world and uplift the barber community and show the world that if you really love something, you can accomplish anything you want in life.
Hey, that's really commendable, bro. Because a lot of
Yeah,
people get that they get down and out and they feel bad about stuff and they just quit on life, really. So the fact that you're showing that you can get through anything, I commend you for that, man. Like for real, salute
absolutely.
to you, big dog. You showing not just Instagram and barbers, but everybody that just because something happens to you, you don't necessarily have to be down and out. You can always dust yourself off and keep trying for greatness.
Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. And I commend the fact that you don't give up. Something happened. Mind you, you said 2022. I never knew that until you just said it.
No,
That
I
was
didn't know
only
it
a
was
couple.
that.
I didn't know
I
either.
know. I thought it
That
was
was
longer
only
than
a
that.
So that was only a couple of years ago. So with that said, I didn't know it was that long ago. So with that said, I see you now and you still have a vibrance to you. You still have a great energy to you. So this just happened to you and I can't see the despair. I can't see the tragedy in your eyes or when looking at you. I see you motivating and helping people. And that's a beautiful thing because it just happened to you. Some people would think if something like that happened to me, it would take me years to get over it. It will take me years to bounce back. Some people will sit there and allow years to go by and let it eat them up and depress them and stress them and have that moving in certain ways. So you're a blessing to not only the barber community, but the world, brother, because you're showing people that when tough times happen, you don't got to sit there and wallow in it, man. You can just bounce back immediately. Like you don't have to sit there and wallow it all. And we respect you for that, brother.
No, I was gonna say, bro. I think a lot of people thought that I might was going to give up, but I wasn't
You
going to,
didn't.
bro.
Nah,
You
he
know
You
what
ain't
I
giving
mean?
didn't,
up.
bro.
I had
Yo,
a
I
Hey,
see.
breakthrough.
People have given up on way less horrific circumstances have happened to people and they gave up, man. So props to you for keep going, bro. We gonna get right to Tank's Take today. Tank, what up, man? What you got for us on Tank's Take today, baby?
all right, man. So check it out. I don't like to let y'all know what my take is because I like for y'all to just think of the shit on the spot, right? So
Word.
Talk to us. Talk to us.
today's for take. Today on Tank's Take, I've been seeing this not here recently, but maybe a couple months back. A lot of barbers talking about this, and what I want to talk about a little bit on Tank's Take is how long should a haircut be? Should it be 30 minutes, 15 minutes,
Oh,
20
good
minutes,
one.
45 minutes, an
Good
hour?
one.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk a little bit before I let y'all chime in. And the reason why is I've done 20-minute haircuts, I've done 30-minute haircuts, I've done 45-minute haircuts, and I have different booking times for these haircuts, right? So when COVID hit, before COVID, I was doing 30-minute slots. That was my normal time, 30 minutes for a haircut, right?
Got you.
COVID hit, I backed it down to 45 because I wanted to make sure, I was cleaning my station, making sure there was going to be no diseases being spread. And I kind of got, I guess you could say I got complacent. I got comfortable at cutting hair and taking the whole 45 minutes. Here recently, I said, you know what? I need to get back on my grind. I need to get back on the grizzle, get back to pumping these out in 30 minutes. So I'm back down in 30 minutes. But all that to say this, I've heard a lot of barbers say you should take more time. You should take 45 minutes to an hour on each cut because that means you're giving a better service. Now, I don't 100% agree with that, right? But that's just what the justification for taking an hour is, right? And I had some barbers say that you should take 20 to 30 minutes because your clients want to be in and out, right? I know we've all heard both of these arguments. So I'm wondering what do y'all feel about this? Like, should a haircut be 20, 30 minutes or should it be 45 minutes to an hour? But we're going to go ahead and let's ask D first, man. D's looking happy today. He looking like
You
he's
ain't
ready to
kept
talk.
D.
Now,
You ain't
now
leaving
we
D in
gon-
for last today?
Look. I think I want to squash the beef, man. I'm calling the truth.
You
I
sure?
ain't got
Okay.
I don't got a
Okay.
white flag, but we're going to wave
Okay.
this.
D,
we gonna stay.
he knew better. D, he knew better. He knew.
He was
Nah, but
scared.
D,
He's scared. He's scared. Nah,
but
nah.
go ahead, D.
Let's get it.
What do you think about that topic, man? Like about the actual time limit of a haircut?
I believe a haircut should take 25 to 45 minutes, no longer than that, no shorter than that. Because at the end of the day, I believe any good haircut can be done within 25 to 30 minutes if you have a correct system. A haircut takes longer when you don't have a system in place and you winging it on the spot. And as far as haircuts that take an hour and stuff like that, unless they book a service with like a facial or a spa treatment and all of that, nobody should be in the chair for an hour. Because at the end of the day, as I always say, people are planning the barbershop into their day and not their day around the barbershop. They got other stuff to do. So they don't want to be in your chair all day getting a haircut that somebody else could have probably done better than you in 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
I don't
you're
believe
gonna lose them to the person that can do it better than you.
a cut should not take longer than 45 minutes, in my opinion.
Right.
So what do you say to the barbers who say that they take 45 minutes to an hour because they're giving a top service, a top tier service, a better quality service? Like, it's just a haircut. It's nothing extra. They're not adding, the towel. They're not doing a facial. They're not doing stuff like that. It's just a haircut, and they're taking 45 minutes to an hour. And they're saying it because the product that they're giving out is better than the person who's charging 30 minutes.
I believe that means that they have picky clients, and their clients won't come to them if they drop their time down, and they would feel like, oh, I'm wasting money and not getting my money's worth. If you have getting my money's worth type of client, they want you to cut their hair for 45 minutes to an hour because they want their money's worth, and chances are they have nothing else going on outside of this haircut. They better go back to the house and lay around, probably play the game or whatever it may be. So
the barbershop is their relax and chill.
That's all they doing today. And then they probably gonna go out and look for some females. That's probably all they got going on. So I don't believe a longer time slot justifies and says like this is a better service than somebody who's doing it in 20 minutes. I've seen people give out better haircuts than me in 10 minutes, honestly. So I mean, I think it's all subjective.
Okay. So moving on. Before we move on, that was great. You said some great stuff real quick. I was gonna piggyback on something he said about people, saying that it needs to take this long for a haircut. I just want to say that your haircut should take as long as it should take you to get your client satisfied, right? Like obviously everyone has their own situation or their own they feel differently about things like this. But I just want to state that if your clients are okay with you taking an hour and your book, hey, by all means do you. We just trying to stir the pot a little bit here at the clip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's move on to Jimmy. Jimmy, what do you feel about this, man? How long should a haircut take, and how long do your haircuts take?
So personally, my haircuts do take an hour. I do the hot towel. I give them the babless massager.
Yeah.
I give them a little neck massage with the babless massager. Like I do like a whole the whole 9 yards with my clients. Every single service. But like you said, bro, I think you're gonna get the clientele like that you want. If you want to take an hour on every single client, you're gonna get that clientele. If you want to take 30 minutes on each client, you're gonna get that clientele. You're gonna pertain to whatever clientele you want. I've seen barbers that I work for level 3, bro. I've seen Drastic, bro, do 10-minute haircuts, fire, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I've seen barbers that take an hour, fire. Like I don't know, bro. It's hard, bro. Like. It's
crazy how you and D said the clientele issue. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
The clientele you attract. Yeah, it makes sense when D was like, you'll get the guy that got really nothing to do today. All he gonna do is get the cut and then go back some girls or something. I never really thought about it. It's true. You want the kind of busier guy that has stuff to do in his life and his schedule is packed and he kind of wants. I never really looked at it like that, to be honest. That's crazy.
So Jimmy, way to look at it. Do you charge like a premium price for your haircuts, or is your like what is the price for your haircuts? And
so right now base for starting the haircut out is $40. That's haircut. I mean, that's haircut only. You do get the hot towel and the massage and everything, razor lineup,
and that's hour service.
Everything. Yeah, hour.
Okay.
I'm looking to go up to $50 base, and then beard would be an extra $10, and then eyebrows and everything. I do eyebrows.
You do a la carte? You do everything separate?
Yeah. Which I'm kind of going through an epiphany right now, trying to figure out if I want to do everything together or everything separate.
Yeah, I do everything separate.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough trying to figure everything out, but But
I do it because it's kind of like a way to add service, but you're not really adding a service. It's the same service. You're just kind of breaking them down.
Yeah.
And where I'm from, like, you know, it's an urban community. It's a disfranchised community. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the hood. So with that said, I try not. You feel me?
That's real.
I try
Hey, you
not.
got to keep it a buck, man. Got to keep it a buck.
Yeah, so I try not to charge too much because I love my people and I want my people to keep coming. So I do it like that because I know I've been cutting for a while, so I kind of gauge my clientele. And a lot of my people get skin tight fades and tapers. Nobody really gets basic haircuts, and a lot of people don't get beards, believe it or not, for some weird reason where I'm at. So I just put the beard as an extra $8 so that I can charge only 35 for the haircut and feel good about it. Instead of charging, making it look on paper 45 for hair and beard, or what, 35? Yeah, 45 for hair and beard. You know what I'm saying? 35 because most people just want the haircut. You know what I'm saying? And 35 looks better. So if you do want the beard and you add the other 10, I got no problem doing haircut and beard for 45. So that's why I do the a la carte. But I'm sure you have your reasons.
see, something that's good to take into consideration is like so like I'm in a private studio, and it's like it's in a really good area. So like it's private, it's in a good area, it's safe, you know what I mean? Like they don't have to worry about coming in, worrying about like any crazy stuff going on around, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah.
something good to
Word.
take into consideration. Like that's like you can take that into consideration, I think, whenever you take into consideration your pricing and things like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
With
you ain't got to
with
worry about
everything,
getting
really.
robbed when you go over there. Like you
Yeah,
ain't got to worry about
exactly.
your car getting broke into. I
Yeah,
got you. I
Nah,
got
exactly.
you.
facts.
So
Nah,
so
facts.
so before I ask Prince, one last question, dog.
Yeah.
So you said your haircuts are an hour, right, Jimmy? So how long
Yeah,
are your haircuts and beard? Are they the same time length, or is
yeah.
it okay?
I'll be honest. I don't even know how, bro. It could be a simple haircut. It could be a complicated haircut. I'm gonna take an hour on each.
Okay,
I don't know
that's
how,
fair.
but
No,
it
I
happens.
get it. Trust me, I get it. I have some
Yeah,
clients that they get a haircut and beard, and I can knock them out in 20 minutes. And I get some that just get a haircut, and I'm in there like every second of 30 minutes trying to get them out. You know what I'm saying? So it's some certain clients are just easier, and some are different. And then it also has to do with how you're communicating with that client, right? Like if there's someone who likes to talk, sometimes you get really animated when you are speaking, so you don't really focus in on the
Yeah.
cut. You kind of focusing more on the customer service, trying to make him feel at home. So I
yeah.
get it, man. I get it. But Prince,
Word.
man, what do
Yes,
you think, man?
sir.
How long should a good haircut be? Should it be 15 minutes, 20, 30, 45, an hour? What's your time frame, and what do you think is the perfect time frame for barbers?
So as y'all know, I'm Mr. Open-minded, man. To me, every answer is always different strokes for different folks. For me personally, I just lowered my time. It's a good question. It's a good segment to have at this time because I just lowered my time because you use Squire 2 Tank, so you
Yeah,
can set up the times. So I had a skin tight fade 45 minutes because I wanted to, for the reasons that y'all was saying earlier, give them the good experience, not make them feel rushed and all that. But then again, like I said earlier, I kind of noticed my clientele. A lot of my clientele are in and out guys. They got a lot of other stuff going on. So,
yeah,
and I know I could provide the service in a half an hour and it still be excellent. So I'm like, why? Because you can only so much time in a day. So if I'm doing 45-minute haircuts and then you add the beard, which is 15 minutes, that now is
that's
an
the whole
hour.
hour. Yeah,
That's a whole hour. And then that only gives me 10 haircuts. I'm here 10 hours a day. That only gives me 10 haircuts in a day. But if I put them down to half an hour, that gives me 20. You feel
yeah,
me? And
facts.
I can still execute it properly. You feel me? So that's
Yeah,
why I did it. And I know I can still execute it. And I took consideration my clientele. They are not guys that want to hang in a barbershop all fucking day. If they
Yep.
were, then I would have to reevaluate what I'm saying right now. But that's why I said it's always different strokes for different folks. So
yeah,
more my clientele want to get up out of here. So I did have it at 45. I had it at an hour because I really was on. You've been in my shop, Tank. I'm on
yeah.
that luxury experience with the hot towel and all that. But I could do all that in half an hour. And if you get a haircut, beard, and hot towel shave, and a facial, I could still do all that in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
And
I would
then
say
it
45 is a good time for that.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And if you get all of that, which is the royal treatment here at Palace Lee Barber Spa, haircut, beard, hot towel shave, and a facial, that's $100. So of course I don't mind doing something that's $100 in 45 minutes. That's straight.
yeah. That's you rich over there, Prince. Okay, you see what's going over
Stop
there?
it. Nah, stop it. But you see, I got the $35 haircut too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why
You
I
got
do it. That's why I do it a la carte because you got them dudes that come in and give you the hunt. So now I can get the $100 clients and the $30 clients. You know what I'm saying?
facts. Yeah,
Makes sense.
Yo, so here on the clip, we go crazy with segment after segment. The next segment we got up here on the clip is my boy D. D's Controversy Corner. Yo, D, what you got for us today, man?
Should barbers smoke in the shop? Should barbers show up to work high
Hold on. In the shop or
in
smoking and come to shop?
in the shop, smoke in
Like
the
while you
car and
working, you're
walk
talking about
into
like
the shop,
okay,
smoking on break, smoking in general, having
As
anything
long
to
as you
do
on duty.
with weed while you are at work. Now I'm gonna give my opinion on this because
go ahead.
I'm against smoking in general. If for anybody outside
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
barber, I'm just against
Yeah,
smoking, right?
yeah.
So I think, like I always say, you get what you put out. So if you present yourself a certain way, you are gonna get a certain type of client. And everybody want the clients that's gonna pay so much money. But statistically, what I have seen, because I've cut in the hood shops, I'm from Memphis. I done cut in hood shops in Memphis and worst parts of Memphis. So I know for a fact that the way that I was presenting myself at first got me a certain type of clientele. And the way that I present myself now get me a completely different type of clientele. So when I was presenting myself as somebody who, even though I didn't smoke, I looked like somebody who was probably high, smoking,
D.
gang
Yo,
banging,
D.
whatever it may have been.
Yo,
So
D, before you
now,
go on,
what's up? What's up?
before you go on, yo, that is a beautiful explanation, bro. Because yo, a lot of people think what you guys think. What you got to say about this? A lot of dudes, I think like 90% of dudes that smoke weed and cut hair will tell you that. You see how you said the way you present yourself?
Yeah.
They will tell you that they are presenting themselves in the proper way, even though they're smoking. They'll be like,
No,
bro, I
you
smoke,
aren't.
but I still present myself
No.
how I'm supposed to. And you're
You,
saying that you definitely don't.
it's hard for me to believe. In rare
Yeah,
cases, I believe a person
yeah,
can, but
yeah. I believe you
out
too. I'm with you.
what you do outside of work is gonna show up in the way you speak, in the way you smell, the way you dress, regardless of what it
Absolutely.
is. If you drink a lot, it's gonna show up in your day-to-day work. If you smoke a lot, it's gonna show up in your day-to-day work. If you read, it's gonna show up. If you work out, it's gonna
Let's
show up in
go.
your
Let's
actual
go, D.
profession too. So
Talk to
regardless,
him, D.
it's hard for somebody to smoke that much and present themselves a certain way and then get the businessman at the same time. It don't work.
Bro, absolutely. Can I answer first? Because I want to keep going on the
Let's
piggyback.
hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's
So
hear it.
yeah, man, yeah, you right, bro. You are right, and I'm the epitome of that. Somebody that could tell you you are right, because I am an addict when it comes to weed, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. But bro, I understand that it is two different people, bro. And I used to be like, yo, I could smoke and handle my business and be professional and maintain. Bro, you cannot. And you think that even with the gym stuff, you know, I work out and I would work out when I'm high, whatever, and get it done. And I swear I'm getting it done. But then, like I said, I go back and forth because I'm always quitting because I know that I'm not my best self on that weed, even
Yeah.
though I'm telling myself I am. You feel me?
Yep.
So I'll quit. And in the months that I'm quitting, or that I've quit, I will look back in hindsight and be like, bro, I was tripping talking about I was straight. I was not fucking straight, bro.
Yeah.
Now I'm straight. You feel me? And then my hacker, my addiction hacker, my monkey will jump back on my back and I'll start smoking again eventually. And then I'll be mad at myself. Like, but then I will tell myself, yeah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I smoke
Yeah.
and I'm good and I'm still performing. So I'll be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I could tell you for 100% fact, when I'm sober and not smoking, the times when I'm not smoking, definitely present myself different, definitely doing things different. And I got the same clientele either way because I've been cutting for a while and I got my people and I'm here. But
Yeah.
I treat them differently though. Like I'll be when I'm always high, I treat them differently. The customer experience be different because
Completely
sometimes
different.
I don't feel like talking some days, or some days I just get to the point of conversations. But when I'm sober and I'm active and I'm working out right, I come to y'all know my energy. That's how I come to work all the time. When I'm high, I gotta fake that energy for the client. I gotta act like that,
And
but
they
I
can
really
feel
don't
it.
feel like
They
it.
can
And
feel it.
they could probably definitely feel it because it's a low energy. It's the same words, but a low energy. You feel me?
Yep.
So that's my take on it, man. If you like to do it, I get it. I ain't knocking nobody that does it. I do it all the time. I would be a hypocrite to say otherwise, but I'm admitting that I have a problem. I go back and forth. So the key
That's
word
the
that I'm
first
telling you,
step.
but the key word is problem. The key word is problem. It's a problem. You feel
Yeah.
me? Which is not a good thing. So
Yeah.
absolutely, I would, if you wanted my opinion, I would say don't do it, even though I do it. Even though I do it. So in this case, don't do as I say. Don't do as I do as I say type shit. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
So I don't think they should smoke in the shop at all, man. Even though I struggle with it all the
Tank,
time.
what you think? Let's hear Tank since the smoke is squashed. Tank, you have the floor.
Look,
You
man,
have the
look,
Smoke is
look,
squash.
it's
hey,
Nice
squashed.
one, D. D.
look,
Nice interjection there.
Feel me?
look. The way I feel about it, man, is like if you want to smoke, do it on your own time. Like, I don't think you should do it within shop hours. Like if you're gonna be cutting, you don't need to be showing up to the shop high. You don't need to take a break and go smoke. But when you're done cutting hair for the day, your last one's at 6, you're done by 6:30, 7 o'clock. If you want to leave and go smoke on your way home, smoke once you get to the house, hey, that's on you, man. Like, you do as you please.
Your personal time is your personal time.
Yeah, your personal time is your personal time. And I want to interject a little bit to what D said. He kind of said that, there's a lot of businessmen and professionals who they won't come to you if you do. However, I know a lot of businessmen and professionals who smoke weed, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like they do that a lot.
I do too. Let me reiterate what I was saying. Let me explain.
But they don't want their barber doing it.
When I say they won't come to you, I'm saying they won't come. Like I said, in rare cases, there are people like Prince just explained that he smoked, but he also know how to turn it off. Like in rare cases, there will be barbers who may be high in the shop, and you would never. I know a barber personally that she is an amazing barber. Some of the best customer service I've ever in my life seen, and she be high as a kite every day, and you would never know. And I'm sure her clients don't know, but it's different based off of the person for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, just to like keep going on with what I was saying, basically is like, if you want to do it on your time, that's on you. But I don't think you should do it during shop hours, right? Like obviously, your brain isn't functioning 100%. You're under the influence. You're inebriated in a sense, right? Like you have this, your judgment is not 100% how it should be. So I don't think you should do it at work. If you do, that's on you, man. If you mess up your clients and they want to come to Tank because I ain't smoking at the shop, then hey, that's on you, right? But it's to each his own, really. But I just think you shouldn't do it at the shop. But I'm not one to tell someone what to do and not to do, right? But if it was my shop or a shop that I'm running, and I'm not gonna allow that, me personally, because I don't like that, and I don't think you should, especially be coming into the shop smelling like weed. Like I know some people like the smell. The smell can arouse some people's nostrils, but some people do not like the smell. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. I think, with that, and I think it's gonna offend more people than it's gonna make feel good, right? Like if the mom comes in with her kids, that she's gonna be like, oh, I can't be in here. It smells like weed in here. My kids don't need to smell this. So you kind of got to look at the picture as a whole. So I don't think you should do it during work hours, but if you want to do it after work, like I think, hey, feel free, man. Do what you do.
And that's why I said it's business, because when you have a business, it's like, especially if you own it, like I own my business, I would why do something that could possibly turn someone off if you don't have to? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if nobody smells weed, you don't offend anybody. You might say to yourself, oh, if I smell a little bit, it's all good. So it's I know barbers that be like, weed's legal, people smell it all over the place, people ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, but it just lowers your chance. Maybe they might be offended, not come to you. If you don't, your chances are zero of offending anybody. And it's in your business, that should be your mindset. Zero chance. Like for instance, some kid I grew up with, I don't really know him like that. I just grew up around him and we were cool, high and by type shit. Now he was running for mayor out here in my city, you feel me? And I respect the fact that he's a black man coming up and running for mayor, you feel me? And it is what it is. But I don't know him. I don't know his personal values and all that shit. He brought his flyer to put in my shop when it was election time. And I told him, yo, I hope you win. You know what I'm saying, black man? Even though I don't know what you about. It is what it is. You grew up here, you're from here, you're black, like that. I hope you win, bro. But the thing is, I'm not gonna put your flyer in my shop because there's a lot of people that don't like you probably or don't want, and I still want to cut their hair. You feel me? So, and this is my business, so you got nothing to do with what's going on in here. And I don't like, and I didn't really even know his political beliefs and all that anyway too much. So that's another reason why I didn't put it in there. But period, it's business, so I didn't put it in there because why offend certain people when? But for no reason. It's a business. It got nothing to do with personal life or anything. Yeah. So same thing with smoking weed. Like a lot of people, if you smoke weed and you one of them dudes that feel like, a lot of people ain't gonna get offended, but they're not gonna get offended and tell you they're offended. They're just never gonna come back to your barbershop and you're gonna lose the client and you're never even gonna know.
Yeah.
You're gonna be wondering why you ain't ever booked up. Did Jimmy, what's up with Jimmy? Did Jimmy
Jimmy's over there all quiet, man. Nah, he's over there all quiet.
But imagine you got kids too that come into the shop. You don't want kids. You don't want that around kids too. You know what I mean? Imagine you got a kid coming into the shop and then he goes over to his mom like, "Mommy, what's that smell?" You know what I mean? Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Exactly. And we don't want to encourage. A barbershop is where not only grown men can come, but children are raised in barbershops. Like children, like I got kids that I've been cutting for 8 years almost now. And I've been cutting kids that was like 8, 9 that are graduated high school, about to go to college almost. Like, and they grew up in my shop. Like we got pictures. One of them last Christmas, damn, it's almost Christmas again. One of them last Christmas came and brought me a present, bro. He was like 15. I've been cutting him since he was like 7. And bro came and brought me a Christmas present by himself. He drove his own car over here and everything. I was cutting him since he was 7. My man is driving over here now
That's
to bring me a
crazy.
Christmas present. You feel me? So we want to encourage people, man. The barbershop is always supposed to be a community place, no matter what kind of barbershop you got.
everything
So we
everything
want
to
to
the
encourage you for sure, not discourage you.
everything down to the way that like the way that I shake my hand, everything down to the way that I shake my clients' hands after their haircuts. Like I paid attention to the way that my barber did business growing up, so now
Yeah,
I understand how to do business with my clients now.
nice.
So you don't want to put a bad impression on possible future barbers. You know what I mean?
Right,
So you know
right.
what I mean. You want to
Yeah,
put a
for
good
sure.
good impression on future barbers.
Absolutely. Always
Yep.
encouraging, Jimmy. I like that. Always motivating people, man, and showing people the right way. Here on Clipped, we go segment by segment. We got a segment that we're coming into right before we go to Prince's Pick. We got a new segment that we're adding to the Clipped podcast. Now, if you're watching, put your thoughts in the comments on what we should name this segment because we haven't named the segment at all yet because we want you to get in tune with us. So check it out. The segment is about barbershop talk. We were going to put shop talk, but we want to get you guys involved. So put what you think the segment should be named in the comments. But the segment is all about any conversation that is in the barbershop that we talk about. Don't have to be barber related, just anything we talk about in the barbershop. So put your thoughts in the comment what you think the new segment should be, but it's going to be anything not barber related. Current trends, what's going on in the hip hop industry, what's going on in movies, anything you could think of, put in the comments, and our new segment may be named whatever you named it. But we're going to go straight into Prince's pick this week. And Prince's pick is if you could cut anyone, don't have to be a celebrity, literally anyone on earth. If you could cut anyone on earth in any setting, it could be on a basketball court, it could be on a hilltop, it could be by a pool, it could be in a movie theater, wherever you want. If you could pick anyone to cut their hair in any setting, who would it be and where would it be? Tank Be Choppin, you going first.
Hey, well, you know, Blur brought this out last week. Blur got it. You know, I used to do music. You know, so I'm big on music, man. I love music. I've always have, and I always will. Right. So my personal pick, me personally, is I would like to cut J. Cole at his studio. J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers right now. Probably is my favorite rapper. My favorite album. You know, me and my wife were talking about this the other day. It's a little off topic, but I want to touch on this. Me and my wife were talking about it the other day. One of my favorite albums is his mixtape, Friday Night Lights. I could jam that from beginning to end. So that's why my pick is J. Cole at the studio, because I would love to be back in the studio. I ain't jumped in the studio in about 10 years. So that's my personal pick. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I picked that. And that's it, man.
Now, for the haircut, would you take this instead of getting paid? Would you take a verse? Like, would you tell him, yo, let me get on a verse instead of giving me money? Let me get on a verse.
If he told
You
me,
got to.
I'm jumping on that thing, bro.
Actually, I'm tripping because his verses to get on that motherfucker probably like 100K to do something with him. We talking about a haircut.
But he might have like a throwaway verse. He might be like, hey, I had this verse recorded. It's good,
hold on.
but I don't have no idea for it. Here, you can take it and do what you want with it.
I was about to say, not even a verse, a beat, one of his beats. You know what I'm saying? Since you the rapper, don't say grab one of his beats.
I need a verse.
You need him. You need him on it. You need him on it. All right, D, what's up with you? Where you going with it, and who is it gonna be?
I'm gonna cut Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
At his old high school, Lower Marion.
Why the high school? Why the high school? Why the high school?
That's where he went to high school at. He went
So
straight from high school to the NBA.
Moment in his life.
You'd want to
share
on a
it
high
with him.
school court. You feel me? I just think that'll be dope. The game I'll get from Kobe.
That's fire.
It ain't really no celebrity that I've ever looked up to. The only two has been Kobe Bryant and David Goggins. Them the only two that I even see on social media and take serious. So
word.
You know, rest in peace, Kobe. But that's who it'll be for me for sure.
I feel you. So I'll jump and piggyback right into mine because mine's is basketball too. Mine's will be Spike Lee and courtside at Madison Square Garden in the NBA Finals if we can get to them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
So reason being is because I consider myself one of the biggest New York Knicks fans, and so is Spike Lee. You feel me? So I would love to.
What if you cutting his hair? You know, and they playing on the court, and he jump up because it's a foul, or something happened.
Well, lucky for me, he only do an open clip all around. So yeah, I can't even really mess
So
around.
what, you lining them up.
Yeah, it's true, but you know, we got the quick move back here. You
We
know,
got
my
the
hand.
respect.
I'm a veteran.
If
So
you can
yeah,
cut a
so
kid, you
he's
can cut him.
exactly. So yeah, he's one of the biggest fans. So sitting there chopping it up, that conversation could be crazy, man. We haven't been to the NBA Finals, so imagine if we got there and I was in Madison Square Garden. I've never been to a sporting game, and I'm in Massachusetts. I don't go to the Celtics or none of that. I don't even go to like minor league arenas. We got a Woo Sox, which is a minor league. That's only $9 to get in there and watch a baseball game. I don't go anywhere because I want my first time being in a stadium to be Madison Square Garden. So if it was the
tough.
NBA fucking final, I've never been to a stadium in my life because I wanted to be Madison Square Garden.
Since you're waiting, you might as well do it big.
But I also didn't want to go while we sucked. Yeah, exactly. And I also didn't want to go while we sucked. So that way we get blown out in my first time in Madison Square Garden. You feel me? So now we good. So now I'm going to get there. But my dream was to be chopping it up with Spike Lee talking Knicks conversation at courtside while we in the NBA Finals, bro. I could die at that moment if that happened. Yo, Jimmy, what's up with you? Who you cutting and where you cutting them at?
All right, two different people. I don't really care about the place, but two different people. All right, for two different reasons. All right, first person would be Shaq. We got to put some hair on him though.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
you can give him the body. You can give him the body.
Hair fibers.
Why
You can give him the
Shaq?
body.
All right, Shaq because he's just so financially successful. I got to pick that man's brain and figure out how the hell he did it.
Right.
I don't know how he figured
There
it
you
out,
go.
but he
Jimmy's
he
still
did
hustling.
It.
We over here
You know
fulfilling dreams. Jimmy's still hustling.
Piggyback on that, bro. Shaq is literally on every commercial for everything. Bengay,
Check in to the
the
Munyon.
General, like he's on everything, bro.
He did
Check
it.
into the Munyon. No
He
bullshit.
did it.
That's a good one. So, all right, we all said famous people. Do anybody got
He had
something?
another one though. He said he had two.
Oh, true. I was hoping you said somebody not famous.
Yeah, there's this little dude. His name's he goes by the name Bubba. I'll have to tag him. You put this on IG?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Everywhere.
I'll have to tag him on in the comments. But he goes by the name of Bubba. But I just
Word.
think this little dude is so dope. He has a spine condition called spina bifida, and he basically he can't use his legs. But this little dude, man, he pushes so hard every day and works out so that he can walk one day. I'm not really sure how old he is. He's a little kid, but he works out so hard.
What is he, a YouTuber or something?
Nah,
How do you know him?
IG.
Oh,
Him and his dad, yeah.
Word. Yo,
Yeah.
tag him, man. What's his name? Bubba?
He goes by the name of Bubba, yeah.
Bubba. Yo, guys, tag Bubba. Let's make this happen. I was hoping somebody said somebody that's not famous and gives an inspirational story in here. Tag Bubba. Yo, tag Spike Lee for me. Tag Madison Square Garden. Tag Shaq. Tag, who'd you say tag?
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Tag J. Cole. Y'all tag him and make our dreams come true here on the clip, man. Let's go. All right, so we out on the Clip Podcast, but we always gonna leave you with some motivation and positivity, man. We got Jimmy Fades on here, so we really don't need you to anything. Just look at his face. That is the face. If you look up motivation, inspiration, positivity, overcoming, his face is right there next to it in the dictionary. We don't gotta say no more.
Man. Don't make me blush,
Listen,
now.
nah, man, it ain't even about that, man. It's flowers. You have to get them, man, because it's serious. I'm gonna stop smiling and I'm gonna stop joking, brother. You are inspiration. You are the truth, brother. There's not many people that could go through what you went through and still come out alive with a smile on their face, brother. I'm one of those people, although not paraplegic. I've been through some shit that people would not smile if they went through what I went through. They wouldn't even still be alive. And I could just imagine, and I still got my freaking limbs working. You're in that fucking wheelchair, my brother. I respect you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you, and we all love you. Here on the Clip Podcast, it's all love, peace, and hair grease. We out, man. Stay tuned next week. Put them comments in there. Tell us what you want the new segment to be. Love, peace, and hair grease. We out.